Lindsay, any announcements or presentations? Great. All right. But we've got 15 minutes. Yep. You and Steve, and then Steve and I.
Oh, okay. So, is there a motion to approve item A on the consent agenda?
We gotta break those out. That's
Right, I said item
The 311 and
A.
320.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yep,
Yes.
I'm with you.
You and Steve are
Yes.
311.
So we got a motion,
Oh,
Steve,
yeah.
for 311-25.
Motion.
I will second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Is there a motion for item 320, or item A, date 325?
Motion.
Motion by Jeff, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Steve, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item B, is there a request to approve the accounts payable register, is there a motion?
Motion.
Motion, is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Moving on to resolutions, we have a request to approve professional services agreement with American Structure Point. Thank you.
Good morning, Tim Mankey, City Officials Engineering Department. Before you is the request to approve the professional design services for American Structure Point on the intersection of 131st and Brook School Road. This is part of our 2040 plan, and this intersection is slated for a roundabout. So these are the design services to start that design for that roundabout. We're shooting for next year construction in the summertime. This includes 6 parcels of right-of-way, subsurface utility, exploration, and construction fees. Also design fees for it. So, any questions? Happy to answer.
Any questions for Becky? Seeing none, is there a motion?
Motion.
Second by Jess, second by Steve. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next is our road resurfacing bid. Rich?
Rich Bassett, Department of Engineering. For you is the second resurfacing contract, 25-2. The lowest, most responsive bid was for Howard Company in the amount of $2,747,775.15. This came in under the budgeted engineer's estimate and will cover approximately 8.5 center line miles of roadway. Any questions?
Where's the majority of this one being done, Rich?
So this particular contract is mostly in the western half of the city. So Heritage Meadows, Lantana, downtown roads, the Ellipse Parkway and Sunblest, kind of continues the phase work in Sunblest. River Highlands over off of Allisonville.
Is this the one that takes the bricks out of the?
It does. And so we've made it clear in the contract documents, the downtown work cannot commence until after Spark Festival.
Any additional questions? Seeing none, is there a motion? Motion. Motion by Steve, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Jeff, all in favor, please say aye. Aye. Motion carries. Next, a request to approve quote for Fire Station 97, dedicated outdoor air supply. Yes. What is that?
Jonathan Valenta, Director of Public Works. Dedicated outdoor air supply. It's for building there at 97 since occupancy. They've been higher than normal levels of condensation within the building, up in the attic, ductwork, sprinkler systems, which is causing damage to the ceilings. And
Who's the fire chief during this time?
which,
You missed one thing.
right now it's kind of negative air pressure now, which pulls all the moisture in. We have to install this unit in order to do positive air pressure within that building to remove that moisture. We went out for quote. Lehman's was the one that only quote that we received, and it was $139,888.
It's just mind blowing to me that every single fire station we've had has some sort of MEP issue. Like, doesn't matter if it's the old ones or the brand new ones, every single one.
Jonathan, does this take care of all the air environment or just the void space above the little?
It should take care of all air.
Well, hopefully lessons learned on, I don't know if these need to be standard going forward or what.
we'll be more working upfront on design.
You think this should be included in the design? Or
Well, I-
Other way around it?
Again, I think there's other ways around it.
Okay.
This is just something that needs to be done now that the building's built.
Motion.
Okay, got a motion by Steve. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Jeff. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye, motion carries. Thanks, Jonathan. Next, the request to approve special purchase VPN services renewal. I know that's a Tracy one.
An acronym, right?
Yeah.
For the record, Tracy Gainer, IT Director. This is basically a renewal, but a change. We've started years ago, before my time. We've always used VPN software, particularly in police and law enforcement, to allow mobile devices to securely connect back to city resources, common practice. Over time, due to cybersecurity concerns and other things, we've obviously made this service available to all city-issued laptops. For the geek in the room, the exciting feature about this year's renewal is, like many service offerings, they're now offering a cloud option, which will free up resources that we used to house this on internally. But the real improvement is it will allow us to secure mobile devices, tablets, and cell phones as well as securing communications and encrypting communications that stay outside of our network. So now we could have a city issued device going to a cloud resource and still have that protected and encrypted. So this is offered through SHI, which does hold a QPA with the state of Indiana. And if we were to try to achieve the same results and put all that traffic and all those extra resources back to us and do it on premise, it would be twice the price. So savings of over $86,000 to do it this way.
Any questions for Tracy?
That cover, do you guys allow personal use devices too, or how's it work?
We allow them, this would not include that on there. So like a personal device by our fair use policy does allow someone to check their work email. But we historically have not put, we do still do multi-factor authentication on personal devices. But we have not put that on this. This does have some extra licensing to it to account for growth. So we could consider that, but at this point we were just planning on city issued equipment.
Any additional questions? Seeing none, is there a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Jeff, is there a second? Second by Steve. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next is request for special purchase for VMware virtual infrastructure.
And this is simply a renewal of 2 of our 3 annual VMware expenses. This covers our virtual server infrastructure, which we refer to as vSphere, as well as NSX, which is your virtual networking to secure communications between virtual platforms and also part of our disaster recovery to the cloud. The exciting thing, if you could say it that way, that there was an acquisition of VMware last year that had the industry very much on alarm, and we were seeing reports of some customers seeing increases on their renewals under Broadcom's new licensing model up to 700% of what they had been paying. So we were prepared for this to be a much more costly number, and thankfully it came in only a couple $1,000s more than we had originally figured. So this is still basically the same service. This is now a different bundle of SKUs because of the acquisition, but it's continuation of the same services that we've had.
Any questions? Seeing none, is there a motion? Motion. Motion by Steve, is there a second? Second. Second by Jeff, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tracy. Are there any additional items, Lindsay? Becky, can you give us a quick update on the study for the intersection on 116th Street, the light? It's 5 Glass Hills and Falls.
Yeah, so we contacted our traffic consultant again, A&F Engineering. They had put together a scope and fee for that project. The study is going to extend from Cumberland to Hoosier Road and take into consideration all of the intersections and all of the parcels that are along that road. And then we will then identify where the best location is for a signal or whatever that intersection improvement will be. So we're going to have that ready by the time July comes around, based on the deadline that you provided us. So we'll work on it. The contract will be in front of the board next board meeting,
Okay.
and work will commence shortly right after that. So we'll hope to have some idea in the next coming months what the best
Good, actually will be. And that'll contemplate, I assume, the expected change in use of the lands that are there that aren't fully developed or not.
Different models, yeah.
Yeah.
We're not sure what's going to be there, but yeah.
It will take into account a lot of the MT parcels there, making it for the future, whatever that will develop and be, we'll make it the most dense that we can. And then we'll take into consideration the openings all throughout 116th Street. If we do have a light or whatever that intersection improvement will be, that will take into account all of the left turn lanes and right turn lanes and access to all of these neighborhoods and stuff.
And Tom, you said up to Hoosier Road. Will it include the green space right now? That's the farm just east of Hoosier Road?
North, the Johnson
Yeah,
Farm.
the Johnson Farm.
We will, hopefully, I think there is enough between Hoosier and, Cumberland that would take, into consideration with that. The light from Hoosier all the way to Oldie Road, that would be something separate that in my opinion, that empty area would have that impact on that light. But it takes into consideration all of the traffic that's coming in on 116th Street between those two intersections. So hopefully we can have more discussions on it when the contract comes through, and then when we develop the report, we'll have some further discussion throughout the whole process, and then we'll present it to the board same way that we did the one that we did before for Spyglass Falls.
Any other questions for Mackie while he's up here? All right, seeing none, is there, if there's no unfinished or new business, is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
A motion, is there a second? Second. All those in favor, please say aye.